So today let's go over all the cool accessories that I think are going to be the best way to get the most out of your tab. First of all, you don't really need all that much. A lot of this stuff is just glad to happy. The cool thing about the tab is it comes with most of what you need. Number one, instead of having to pay for an Apple Pencil, the S Pen comes included with the tab. That's incredible. Not only because it's a great little accessory in and of itself, but because this is the best digital pen that I've ever used. The fact that you don't have to pay for this is so great. It's got a little customizable button on the side. It can do so much. It just feels so good to write with. It feels so much better than the Apple Pencil, and you've got to pay for the Apple Pencil. The only thing that I would say you really do need to get if you want to get the most out of this is you do kind of have to get the Samsung keyboard. Now, I really do prefer the cheaper model of this. I didn't actually pay for this one. It came included when I bought the Tab S8. The main thing that I like about this, one, yes, it's great to type on, but it is self-standing. The more professional level keyboard, it doesn't stand on its own. It sets up to the side and then has like a kickstand in the back. And that's fine, I guess, if you're always going to be at a desk. But if I'm going to have like a tablet laptop replacement thing, I'm probably going to use it on my lap, or I'm going to use it in places where I don't have all this much space to just spread out. So get the cheaper keyboard case. It's way better in my opinion. One of the cool things about the Tab is the second you put it in the keyboard case, it automatically turns on DeX mode, which if you've seen my videos or you know anything about Samsung products, that's where the mode where it turns into a laptop as opposed to a tablet. And I would recommend getting a mouse to go along with that. Now, I don't necessarily recommend the Logitech MX Master 3. It is a very expensive mouse. It's my favorite mouse, but for something like this, I would recommend something a little cheaper, a little more transportable. However, I couldn't find mine. I searched my entire house for my little travel mouse. I guess when I took it on my 2-week business trip, it got lost or didn't make its way back with me. But definitely get some kind of a wireless or Bluetooth mouse to go with your Tab S8 and the keyboard case. It's like a laptop and a tablet all in one. It's so good. That's why the Samsung Tab series has easily become my favorite tablet. So let's go over some of the happy to glad additions from the lineup today. One, you need some kind of a dongle, but be careful if you are somebody that primarily uses Apple laptops. The Tab series, they don't work with Thunderbolt. You need a USB-C dongle and not a Thunderbolt dongle. And the reason you want a dongle to go with this tablet is not only can this be a little laptop, but this can be like an actual home computer. The second you plug it into a display, that DeX mode takes over the whole display. So you can have what is essentially kind of like a full-blown computer with you wherever you go. All you need is a dongle and an HDMI port, and you are good to go. You don't really need all the other additions because of how great these tablets are, but this does come with USB-A, Ethernet if you really want a hardwired Ethernet. The main thing is USB-C, HDMI. This is an Anker dongle that I always carry with me. It doesn't take up too much space, which is good because it's a tablet. The one thing you got to balance is how much actual junk do you want to carry around? Because it's really the point of the tablet is to be small, right? One thing, and you don't need this case for it. It just happens to be where I put my memory cards. It's not really an accessory, but I would say buy an additional micro SD card. The Tab S9, much like the S8, can take up to 1 terabyte of storage in addition to what you buy with it. That's so great. So you can upgrade your storage yourself with just a little micro SD card. Absolutely do that. I would almost call that a requirement if you're going to do any kind of photo or video editing on your tablet. Next up, I don't really think this is super important. I do like including this because sometimes you do just need to transfer some files, and because the file transferring system on the Tab is much better than Apple, absolutely get a solid state drive or something to go with it. You don't need to get a super fancy M.2 drive. This is just what I have. Get some kind of an external drive so you can share stuff a little easier. These aren't even all that expensive anymore. You don't need 1 or 2 terabytes that cost a couple $100. Just get a 256 gigabyte solid state drive. You are good to transfer everything super easy. Another thing I would highly recommend though, I don't think Ravpower is a company anymore, but there are versions of this charger still out there on the internet. I will leave them linked in the description below. This is the best charger I've ever owned. On that 2-week business trip, this was the only charger I used. I charged my camera, 2 laptops, AirPod, watch. This kept everything fully charged with no problems because I was able to let stuff charge overnight, right? I really do like the Apple dual USB-C charger. It took me 5 times to say that correctly. Absolutely get this to charge. I mean, this is the perfect charger. Get one. A couple quick, maybe nice to haves. Get a mouse pad. If you're going to be using this as a computer, always have a mouse pad. They're just the best, right? Using a mouse on the table, it's awful. Using a mouse on a mouse pad, that's the way to go. I like carrying around the little ones with me when I'm traveling too. I know it sounds like I'm being ridiculous by bringing a mouse pad with me everywhere, but they're so lightweight, they're so cheap, you can just throw it in a bag, never worry about it, and then when you're sitting down to actually get stuff done, and I do a lot of work from my Tab S8, it's just always there. One thing that I did go back and forth on including in this video is a regular old articulating laptop stand. The reason I have this in this video is mainly because I do a lot of my video conferencing from my Tab S8 now too. You can download Teams. This can be your Teams machine. I do like where the camera is placed. The camera is placed correctly on the tabs, where it's on the top of the tablet when it's in horizontal mode. But even in the keyboard stand, it's still kind of like down low and looking up my nose. So I really like having a stand like this that I can pop the tablet in and have it up and back. So it's a more flattering image when I'm actually doing video conferencing, stuff like that. I do a lot of video conferencing. It's just nice. If you don't do it as much, okay, well then you don't need the articulating laptop stand, because I don't use it when I'm working off the tablet. I only use it for video conferencing. Another thing I highly recommend is a good pair of noise-canceling wireless headphones. You don't have to go like super high-end and get something like these Sony noise-canceling headphones, but they're fantastic and they're really comfortable. I really did not want to talk about AirPods in this video about the Samsung Tab, and these are the headphones that I use when I'm not using my AirPods. There are cheaper alternatives out there. Samsung even has their own AirPods, which we will be getting here in a couple of weeks. I actually bought, spoiler alert for a future video, I'm swapping all Android for a month. I bought the entire Samsung Galaxy ecosystem, and we're going to just be using that for a solid month to see how it competes with all my Apple stuff that I'm always talking about. But back to headphones, because I'm always taking meetings on the road, or because I like having noise cancellation on the flights that I'm always taking, you need good noise canceling headphones. These are the best that aren't AirPods. And then to carry all this stuff around, you need a good backpack, right? And this is the first time we're going to recommend a backpack other than my fantastic Lenovo bag that I'm always talking about. This is an REI Ruckpack 18. This is designed to be a day hiking backpack, but I found that this works really well with my Tab and all the stuff in it because it's really comfortable. I find if I'm going to be walking around a city or an airport, I like having some of the creature comforts of a day hiking backpack. If I'm just going airport to car to meeting to car to airport, I will continue to use my pretty basic Lenovo backpack, but if I have to do any walking at all, the Ruckpack 18, it works really well for the Tab. It does not work really well for laptops in general. It doesn't have a laptop slot. It's not a laptop backpack. But for this stuff, it's so good. But what about you? What are your favorite accessories for the Samsung Galaxy Tab lineup as a whole? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like this video, click here to see why I bought the cheapest Tab. Click, 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 click. Thanks for watching.